Welcome to GT for Retirees. Today's special is some views of Bodega Bay and the Redwoods. Unfortunately, that's why it took me a little while to to finish up this video on the weekly challenge, but we had a great time and I'll fill you in on a little bit. Anyway, first race is the hardest one I always get, which is the World Touring Car 700. I use the Lamborghini Aventador. So these are all the settings, and you can kind of slow those down, take a look at them. So with this car, the Lamborghini, I didn't have to do too much to it. I used it pretty much stock as I bought it, so I didn't have to add any more to it, and kept it within that 700 pp range. So with this race, this car is very responsive, goes very fast, and as you can see, I had not much of a trouble passing everybody. So I did well. Anyway, so yes, Bodega Bay is up north by Sonoma, and I passed actually the Sonoma Raceway on my way over. So for you retirees, it's a nice place to visit. And as you can see, I finished first on this one. Not a problem. So there are the results. Did very well. Second race. Well, there's my trophy. So the second race is the race of turbo sports cars, the Suzuka Circuit. And I used the McLaren MP4 for this one. And you can see I used intermediate tires. The reason is I did the race first with regular tires, and it started to rain, I think in the last laps. So it was very disheartening. I didn't win, so I started all over again before I slid all over the track. But I did use intermediate tires at this one, and I used it because my car was pretty fast, so I didn't have to worry about it. 5 laps, no problem. So as you can see, even with intermediate tires, I was able to speed up right at the beginning and start passing cars at will. So back to Bodega Bay and Sonoma County, I went to the Redwoods and did some hiking. It was nice. It was awesome. Spent a few days there, and as a retiree, it's not bad. And actually, I noticed when I came back to race, my racing skills were a little bit off, even though I drove for about 7 hours going up north. And yeah, it's a little different driving on the highways when people don't know how to drive and don't change lanes. You got the fast lane and people are driving slow. Ugh. Anyway, it took a little bit of frustrations out on the first few races that I did when I came back to GT. So that's the beauty. Anyway, this race, finished first. There I am. I love this car and I love the way it sounds. It sounds awesome. So can't wait to drive a McLaren at some point in time in my lifetime. But finished first on that one. So here we go to the third race, which is a Toyota Supra at Watkins Glen. I used a Supra 3.0 GT Turbo A 1988, and I used soft tires for that. And as you can see, there were some adjustments to this car and the settings. So take a look at those. The car's pretty well souped up. A little bit about these cars: when you get them ready to go, sometimes they're a little bit too powerful, and it's a little difficult to keep them on the track sometimes on those turns. But at any rate, with this car, it was a little more difficult because I used a car that was more or less the same as the others there, and I didn't have all the power. As you can see, I wasn't passing cars so easily, and it was a little bit tough to get past some of them. Even here, just getting from 10th to 9th place or whatever. It was difficult, and I'm going to show you what happened as I started catching up to the top drivers. And this is lap 3, and here we go. I'm ready to pass everybody, right? Here I am, and oh no, what happened? Boom, bam. Now what should I do? Should I start over? Oh heck no, I can catch them in 2 laps or so. Or so I thought. So I don't know. This is the final lap. I'm catching up to some of them there, and it's pretty tough. Actually, this was a lot of fun because it was very close. Catching up to 2nd place. Can I get them? Can I get them? I don't know, man. This is gonna be tough. We got a few turns. Oh, and look at this. I took it a little bit too hard on one of these turns and lost it a little bit, but had to pass them up. So what do? Speed it up too fast on the corner. Whoa, almost lost it. And a little nudge there from this guy. The red car bumped me off a little bit, but I didn't lose it. Still kept on. Gave him a little nudge back. Passed him up. Boom. Okay, heading towards first. There he is. We're heading towards the last turn. I was getting a little bit nervous, but maintained control, didn't hit him. Okay, here we go. And I just had barely enough speed to finish first. This was a lot of fun. It's kind of exciting at the end there. So that was a lot of fun. So like I said, my car wasn't as dominating as all the other ones, but still came in first. So what did I do? For the 4th race, which is the Japanese 4-wheel drive Challenge 600, I used my Mitsubishi, which isn't the greatest car. It doesn't run all that great, but as you can see, this car had an engine swap, so I swapped the engine on this one. So it's very powerful, but really hard to control. My PP is a lot higher than the 600, so I was ready to cruise on this one. A 3-lap race. And again, I start off with the hardest race first, which is usually the last one on the weekly challenges, and then work my way down to the easier ones. So this one, look at my car, it just passes people like if they're standing still. So this is just to get the weekly challenge out of the way, actually. So and my Mitsubishi, I like the car because it's super powerful, but it's very hard to control. So for those of you that do engine swaps, be careful of what cars you use them with, because I'm not sure if it's the Mitsubishi that's not all that great, or maybe my settings, which I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I think I used ChatGPT for the settings on this one, but sometimes I know the camber and all this other stuff, the compression should be off, but you can see how fast this car is, especially on the straightaways. So that was an easy win. Finish first. One less challenge to worry about. So the final one is the Jimny Cup. I thought it was Jimmy Cup, but it's the Jimny Cup. So here, I win my trophy, go on to the Jimny Cup and Willow Springs, and I use the Jimny XC 2018. And this one, I have it pretty well fixed up as well. So it has all the additions to it. And this car is pretty well set up to race. And what I did was, let's see, was it with this one? I think, I went, I had the power restrictor on because of the PP for another race. So I ended up maximizing it for this one, so I can have all the power I need and really compete with these guys. So there's all the settings, comfort tires, and here we go. And you can see how I do. Now with this race, the only thing you have to be careful about is do not get off the track. Do not get off the road, because once you do, this dirt road will kill you. So even though I wanted to pass everyone up, I was a little bit aggressive sometimes, but I stayed on the road as much as possible. I didn't lose it, so that's the main thing, because you have to be careful in this dirt, on these dirt roads and this Willow Springs raceway. If you hit the dirt, you're pretty much done for the race, because it's kind of hard. It's hard to get back. So at any rate, you see me passing up these cars, and a little bumpy on the side, and it's a little bit awkward because you're running so high, and it seems like you're about to lose control on all the turns. But this car does keep a really good handle on these curves, and I think it's because of the settings I have. And again, ChatGPT is my go-to for any kind of settings, and I'm sure that's where I got these settings when I had to do a race with limited PP on this car. But as you can see, I kept control on some of the times I went off the track a little bit, and that's the key to winning with this race, because you want to stay off the dirt as much as possible, almost completely off the dirt. Otherwise, you really lose it. But at any rate, this was last race, easy win, and for all you, please subscribe and take a look, and I'll be hopefully doing the next weekly challenge more quickly, because no more vacations. So at any rate, enjoy, have fun,